Hey everyone, Jamie here from runup.ca. Here I am on the water, beautiful Lake Rosso. And tomorrow morning I'm getting up to go to Sudbury Aviation to get my float endorsement. So if you're interested in getting your float endorsement, stick around. We'll see you up there. Before I knew it, it was 5 a.m. I made a quick coffee and hit the road. I left from Minette, which is just outside Port Carling down Peninsula Road. I drove out to the 400 extension and headed north towards Sudbury. The drive took about 2.5 hours. I arrived at Sudbury Aviation at about 9:30 a.m., 30 minutes before I was supposed to meet Blair. Although it is labeled as Sudbury Aviation on the map, it has just changed ownership and is being rebranded as True North Airways. True North Airways is just north of Sudbury on Whitewater Lake, near the town of Azilda. There isn't much accommodation or food there. However, it is only about 20 minutes to Sudbury. I stayed at the Marriott Fairfield Inn in Sudbury and it was quite comfortable. Morning everyone, here I am at Sudbury Aviation. Got up around 5:30 this morning. Lake Rosso, Muskoka, drove straight here. So we're gonna see if we can find Blair and figure things out. Here we go. Shortly after I met Blair, he sent me out to do all his dirty work. The floats on a float plane often collect water, so they need to be pumped out just like a tin boat. You also need to make sure you've got your sea legs on, so you don't fall in the water. The plane was ready, the weather was beautiful, and I could hardly wait to get going. Okay. There you go. Clear! Clear! After a quick briefing on the dock about takeoffs and landings, Blair figured I was good to go, and off we went. It's incredible how much friction there is, and you really feel it as soon as the floats leave the water. And just like that, we turned our boat into a plane. On day one, we did a bunch of circuits, with the goal of getting me comfortable taking off and landing on the water. No center lines, no runway numbers, just you and the lake. Landing the airplane on the water wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. However, good command of controlling the airplane in slow flight will definitely help. The learning environment was super comfortable. After a few more laps, a few more tips, and a demonstration, it was time for a docking lesson. And just like that, I found myself in the float plane alone. The day was filled with learning, and probably the most enjoyable flying I have ever done. Everyone was shutting her down for the day, and after a sunset beer with the team, I headed back to my hotel for a good night's sleep to get ready for tomorrow. Although I thought I was ready for the single otter, Blair thought I needed a little more time in the 172. So we headed out on a cross country to fly into some new lakes. found the Beaver docked at one of the camps, so we decided to spin past and have a look. After our flyby, we continued over to Scotia Lake, where there was another camp. Float flying in Ontario's north gives you an enormous sense of freedom. Everywhere you look, there's another lake to land in. After checking out the camp, we decided it was time to fly back to home base. Hey everyone. So I've got about, I guess probably just a little over 5 hours, probably closer to 6 hours of my float endorsements done now. It's been awesome. Blair, he's been awesome. He's been a great instructor. Everybody here has been awesome, really. So one more flight here this afternoon, and hopefully we'll have her done, signed off. So yeah, see you up there. Okay, clear. I think we're good to go. Yeah, clear. For this flight, we were going to head over to Lake Panache and then head back via Round Lake and the Sudbury Smokestack. Little did I know, I would be embarking on one of the coolest flights of my journey through aviation thus far.
Okay, so where's the marina?
So it should be on the other side of one of like this mainland here.
Yeah, like kind of the narrows there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can follow that around to the left if we wanted. We can land somewhere in there if you wanted.
Where?
If you want to land here, or we can go to Round Lake.
Oh, we did. Okay, yeah, we don't have to land. We can just fly it. Can we get kind of low here?
Yeah.
And fly along the lake, like right down
Yeah.
through that? Oh yeah, this is gonna be damn cool.
Oh yeah, do that. Then we'll go land at Round.
With the option to land at any time, Blair and I followed the Panache shoreline all the way to the end. I don't know what it was about flying down the shoreline of Lake Panache that I enjoyed so much. Maybe because I wasn't constantly referencing my altimeter, making radio calls, looking for other planes. Or that I wasn't worried about busting airspace or calling ATC. I was just flying the damn plane. Over water. I grew up around boats, and I have a deep appreciation for the outdoors. While flying down the shoreline, maybe that's when I realized that floats were the link between the outdoors and the plane for me. Or that every flight starts and ends with a boat ride. Whatever the connection was, I know I want to make that connection again. I want that sense of freedom again. The freedom to fly yourself into the middle of nowhere. The freedom to be able to step away from it all and go hunting or fishing miles and miles from civilization. The freedom to go where people cannot. When I arrived at True North Airways, I knew this was going to be something special for me. But I didn't know that this experience was going to affect my decisions going forward in aviation, and ultimately my journey through life. This wasn't an aviation holiday. This was the start of something special. A new goal. something to get excited about. What amazes me is to think about how I wound up here at exactly this time in my life. Why it took so long for my decisions to get me here. I'm just glad that I've finally arrived. After flying down the shoreline of Lake Panache, we flew into Round Lake for a quick splash. There was no one on the lake. A perfect spot to go if you wanted some peace and quiet. Unfortunately for Blair, I was ruining his peace and quiet. After a short backtrack, we turned around and took off for Sudbury. The Sudbury smokestack, called the Inco Superstack, is 1,250 feet tall. It's the tallest chimney in Canada and the Western Hemisphere. It's also the second tallest freestanding chimney in the world. We headed back to Whitewater Lake for the last landing of the course.
Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
And just like that, it was over as fast as it began. I stuck around for a little bit longer, just to say goodbye to the beaver. And then I hit the road and headed back south towards Muskoka.
How are you? Nice one.
On the way up, I spotted this old, vandalized motel, and I thought it would be a creative spot to stop on the way back to finish my video. It was all over for the motel, as it was for me too. True North Airways was awesome, especially Blair. Great guy. Everyone there was super chill and there were no egos. The learning environment was stress-free. If you, like me, have had a float rating on your list of aviation things to do for a while now, it's time to get it done. You won't regret it. You can contact True North Airways by accessing their current website at sudburyaviation.com. However, keep an eye out for their new website that will soon be located at truenorthairways.ca.
Thanks again to everybody at True North Airways. You guys were awesome. Such an enjoyable experience. And I really hope I can get back up there sometime for some more flying. Mosquitoes, black flies are horrendous right now. See you next time.